What is going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video of my sports. Gematria. Just wanted to recap the Suns and Lakers. That was a big one. Um, game one, I had the Suns. Game two, went with the Suns and lost. Game three, picked the Lakers. Game four, picked the Lakers again and lost. Game five, I went with the Suns. And then in game six, I went with the Suns to close it out. If you saw my YouTube video I posted prior to the playing games, titled Can You Guess the 2021 NBA Finals Winner? It's right here for those of you who haven't seen it. Where is it at? Here we go. 2 weeks ago. Can you guess the 2021 NBA Finals winner? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 rows down. In that video, I mentioned based on the numbers pulled for the West, Lakers were my dark horse, and that I like the Suns and Jazz numbers more. And unfortunately for Lakers, they played the Suns in the first round. I'm not going to sit here in front and pretend like I was all over the Suns, sitting here saying, oh, it's a lock city, bet the fucking mortgage, bet the fucking family dog on it. It's gonna hit. I wasn't doing that. No, I wasn't drinking the Kool-Aid at the same pace as the Lakers cult were drinking the Kool-Aid for their team. Because as you can see in the middle, I was a little confused. Games 2 through 4, right here. 2 through 4. I picked Suns, they lost. I picked Lakers, they won. But then I picked Lakers again, they lost. So I was kind of 2 through 4. I was kind of confused on where this series was heading. But for the last two games, I just like the Suns numbers and felt the need to stick my neck out on it because I'm able to do stuff like that, and get lucky here and there with the Gematria system I've created that I show you guys in every one of these pick preview videos for free on YouTube. You can even see me and do it in writing on my Patreon, and you can even join up to my foundations course and learn it for yourself firsthand and have all the copy paste systems for the different leagues. I have an NBA chapter in there. Those of you who follow me knows I gave plenty of warning over the series with posts. I made that troll video that caught a lot of people's attention. Trigger warning, LeBron James and the Lakers won't make it past the month of May. And in a way, I was kind of correct, In this video, I gave a narrative for the Lakers or the Suns to win it in 5 games, 4-1. But after they lost game 2, that's when I started to get confused on where the series was going. But then, after they won game 4, I was like, okay, let's go with Suns for the remainder. But even in that video, I questioned it. I show both sides in each game, for each game in every pick preview video that I make. I also make the pick preview videos that, again, in those videos, I show you both sides of every single one of these games that were played. I on my Patreon, if you're on my Patreon, I did a post about the Jewish owner for the Phoenix Suns and the Hebrew date for Game 5, giving a warning right here, Phoenix Suns, timestamped May 30th, right after Game 4 ended. Jewish owner, Game 5 Hebrew date. Phoenix Suns just beat the Lakers 100-92 for a total of 192 points, as the Suns coach sits on 291 all-time losses for his career. And Game 5 is played on the 21st day of the 9th month of the Hebrew Civil, 21-9. And Phoenix Suns could potentially become 29-10 at home for the season with the win. And then I did another post after Game 5. Lakers in the final score for that. Suns beat the Lakers by 30 points in Game 5. Game 6 is played on a day with 30-day numerology for the Gregorian. The Hebrew Civil also had 113 date numerology on it, the 30th prime number. And I mentioned the interesting part was is that if Suns win Game 6, they would become 137, 143 postseason for a record as a team to advance. And funny enough, as big as the number that is, 137, 143, it's the 12,769th prime number. And believe it or not, 12,769 has a square root of 113. And the funny part is they actually won, and not only did that, they won with 113 points. So, um, I thought that was kind of funny with the 113 here. Like, oh, it might be a bit of a stretch, 137, 143, but hey, they even won with 113 points, so can't write it off too much. And like I always say, you can make a numerical narrative for whatever you want. I always say that whenever you want, no matter what. And it is what it is. Some people understand that, and others just don't want to see it. But there's still plenty of NBA playoffs left. I'm far from perfect. I picked the Blazers tonight. I figured there's going to be at least one of the games was going to extend to a game seven, and then the other game was going to close out. And so my choice was okay, Blazers and Nuggets are going to extend to game seven, and the Suns and the Lakers were going to end tonight. Well, both of them ended tonight. So, I'm not perfect. I lost the Blazers pick. So there you go. And, I try and stay transparent like that as possible. And I like to also try and be objective about this stuff as possible. And forgive me for in advance for tooting my own horn, but I may be the only Gematria guru with an audience on the entire interwebs to never suggest Lakers advancing to the Western Conference or the NBA Finals this year. And in fact, I'm the only one to question them even making it out of the series for the Suns, uh, which you saw in my controversial trigger warning video, which I'm also going to use a controversial trigger title for this video as well, just 'cause it's fun to do sometimes. Sorry, forgive me. I was called fool, clown, loser, just some of the more common names that were commented for even suggesting the Suns take out the Lakers in the beginning, right? To even question it, I was like, they are ready to sacrifice me to their gods. But to be fair, though, I very rarely, if at all, suggest any futures in picks overall. And I'll show narratives for potential outcomes on this or that. If this or that happens on this date, you could probably look for it for something like this to happen on this day, stuff like that. But that's about it. So, you know, that's the recap. It's not like I'm this amazing decoder, but hey, I mean, who else? And literally in a year and a half, I've been on Patreon for a year and a half, 1 year, 6 months, and like 2, 3 days. And in that time period, over 2,800 picks, 60%, 1,700 wins, 1,100 losses. In the NBA, just over 1,500 picks, 61%. That's between two different seasons, NFL, UFC, MLB. I really suck at. That's why I say I suck shit at MLB decodes. Going on tour this summer. Tickets and merch now available. I don't know if you'd want to attend. I suck really bad at it. But it's whatever. I just I'm just appreciative and grateful that anybody even watches my videos or even listens to what I have to say, or even my information is even helpful to people. I just think that's really cool. Hopefully you guys get a lot of value out of this. Hopefully it helps you with your decodes and helps you grow as a decoder. And I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate the support.